So I have a story for you all. When I was in second grade, I learned that my mom would only marry a man who could recite the Jabberwocky from Alice in Wonder, well, Through the Looking Glass, which is part of the Alice in Wonderland series. And I was so impressed to learn that my dad was able to recite the Jabberwocky, and I don't know if he still can, but at the time that I learned about it, he was able to. That I made it a mission to remember it myself. So in second grade, I learned to recite the Jabberwocky. Now, I don't know if I say all the words correctly, and I haven't said it in a while. Take my gum out. But here we go. 'Twas brillig in the slitty toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the momrats outgrabe. Beware of the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware of the Jubjub bird, and shun the furbious Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the maxim foe he sought, and rested he by the Tumtum tree, and stood awhile in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame, came whiffling through the tulgey woods, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, and through. The vorpal blade went snicker snack, and left it dead, and with its head it went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous Callooh Callay, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig in the slithy toves, did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the momrats outgrabe. So, that is many years later. How old are kids normally in second grade? 8, 9? So 39 years later, somewhere in there, if I'm calculating right. I haven't done math since 1996. So so that was me remembering it. I also had some others memorized at the time, but I can't say them anymore word for word. But I used to be able to recite, oh, what was it called? The Fridge? Shel Silverstein. There's a polar bear in my Frigidaire. He likes it 'cause it's cold in there. With his seat in the meat and his face in the fish and his big hairy paws in the buttery dish. He's slurping the noodles, he's licking the ice. And then I can't remember. And then, and it gives me a scare to know he's in there, that polar bear in my Frigidaire. I can't remember that middle section. And uh, there's others of Shel Silverstein that I had memorized at the time. Shel Silverstein was probably my favorite poet as a kid, and then I liked the story of Alice in Wonderland. I have, do I have it, or does Dad still have it? We had a boxed record version of Alice in Wonderland that had the big records. I think there were two records, maybe three, and it had a little red book where you could follow along with the narration. But it was narrated on record. The big records, 75. I forget. I know 45s are the little ones. There's a middle one, and then the big one, which is 75, 76, something like that. At any rate, the Jabberwocky has special meaning for me because of that story. And because I still actually know it, I think we'll know I'm starting to get dementia when I can't remember it anymore. Not that I can't speak, because that has happened for a long time, but when I can't remember it anymore. So, yeah. But Mr. Castellucci has released his recital of it. So I wanted to take a listen, and I thought we would record it since it has special meaning for me. We just like to listen to him talk anyhow, right?
Jabberwocky.
Sometimes it automatically plays when you open it up all the way, and sometimes it doesn't. I started to say it says narrated, so I'm pretty sure he's just going to speak it. I don't think he's going to sing it at all, but we will find out. He's going to speak it low no matter what.
Jabberwocky.
And that is actually the proper title of the poem. Everybody says the Jabberwocky, but the proper title is Jabberwocky. And only in the poem itself does it say the Jabberwocky with eyes of flame. Blah, 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 blah.
By Lewis Carroll. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome raths outgrabe. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jubjub bird, and shun the frumious Bandersnatch.
Oh, I thought there was a bee in there.
He took his vorpal sword in hand. Long time the manchome foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And
He's saying a couple of things different than what I remember, because I was pretty sure it's Maxim foe he thought. And I've got my contacts in, which means I can't see my phone. And he said slithy rather than slithy. Like I said, I don't know the proper pronunciation of some of the words. And I learned it in second grade, so that has stuck with me rather than proper terms. And it does say Frumius Bandersnatch. I always thought it was Furbius. Now I can't remember what I was saying. And it is Manxum, foe he sought. See, it's amazing some of the words that get stuck in our head that may not, at least you guys know I was doing it from memory and not reading it off the page. And I switched the words. It says, so rested he by the tum-tum tree. And I said, and rested he by the tum-tum tree, which it all fits, but mine is not the proper reciting if we're wanting to do the true Lewis Carroll version. Okay, let's keep going.
as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through and through.
I wonder if he made that burbled noise. We hit just the end of it.
Tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1.
Sounds like a combination of a cat growl and a dog licking his chops kind of sound.
1, 2, and through and through. The vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, Callooh, Calais, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mome raths outgrabe. Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll.
So what did we learn today? That I don't remember all the words correctly. And to be honest, I don't know if I learned them correctly. So, to be fair. But that was fun to listen to him read it. So, what my parents and I will do to each other every so often, I used to leave little notes for mom everywhere when I was in high school. I don't know if I did it as elementary, but in high school, I'd leave her notes here and there. And she would leave notes back. And we would do the O Frabjous Day, Callooh Calais, he chortled in his joy. We'd do that part and Callooh Calais. Whoops. And one of the other lines. But Dad did that recently. I forget what we were talking about, but I think he said, come to my arms, my beamish boy, or something like that. So we'll throw a line out here or there from the from Jabberwocky, and a lot of meaning for me for that one. So thank y'all for joining me on this one. I've got a football game to get to. I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.